Today's workout is self-resistance training. We are focusing on the arms. Self-resistance is the process of providing resistance for your own limbs during a workout by pulling or pushing against them. This requires a lot of self-discipline, but if done right, it can be very effective. You will complete 4 rounds of each superset. Once you finish the first bicep superset, move on to the wrist and forearm. Upon completion, you will move on to the tricep superset, which is the final superset. That is 1 round. The first superset will be 3 bicep movements. For all the bicep curl variations, you will push down on the wrist or small of your forearm of your active flexing arm, and now fight to get full flexion. Use a 5-second tempo count for efficiency. Once you get the full flexion, release the tension and repeat with the opposite arm. Remember to keep elbow tight to body and only hinge, and do not swing. The first movement will be the bicep curl. Your hand positioning will be supinated grip. That means palms facing up. The second variation of the bicep curl will be the hammer curl. Turn your hands so they are in the neutral positions, palms facing in. The third variation will be the reverse curl. Now turn your palms toward the floor in a pronated position and repeat the movement. Second superset will be focused on the wrist and forearm. For all the following movements, you must make a fist and squeeze as hard as you can. Create great tension in your forearm and only hinge at the wrist. First variation of the wrist curls are the in and out curls. Hands down to the side in a neutral grip position, keep tight fists, then curl up with the wrist in towards the hip and then curl the wrist outward. The second variation are the forward and reverse wrist curls. Hands in a supinated position, knuckles facing out and palms facing down. Curl wrist back towards body and then extend wrist out. The third and final variation of the superset are the up and down wrist curls. Keeping arms straight out in front with a neutral grip, rotate wrist up and down, keeping constant tension. The third superset will focus on the triceps. The first movement are the body skull crushers. Get in a plank position with your forearms slightly angled towards each other. Now transfer weight from forearms to hands, getting into a narrow high plank position. The second movement are the crab dips. Get into a crab position and just bend the elbows until your butt barely touches the floor, and then push off the floor until full extension. The third and final movement of this superset are the body tricep extensions. Lay on your side like a side plank and rest your hip on the ground. Now shift the weight from elbow to hand, completing full extension.
With that wrist and arm workout, I'm going to have the quickest drawer in the West. Gosh darn it, Coach Musa did it again. I feel swole and I feel flexy. Have a safe weekend, everybody. Stay strong, stay safe, stay fit.